Well, we were supposed to do rounds 5, 6, and 7 last night, but my ire at the replacement officials concept kind of took over, and I made a video about that. So let's get right back into it. Rounds 5, 6, and 7 in Mock Draft 2.0. At pick 157, I have Edge, Max Llewellyn from Iowa. 6'6, 258 pounds, and much more of a technician than he is an athlete on the edge. Adequate bend, but really solid hand placement. Adds a few more pounds, could be a solid rotation as a three down edge. At pick 181, the second pick in round 5, I have Jalen Kilgore, cornerback from South Carolina. But I don't project him as a cornerback in the NFL. I see him playing much more of a safety role. Fairly big guy, 6'1, 210 is a safety, but loves to hit, great with run support, and has legitimate 4.4 speed. So I think he'd be better in the box. Moving into round 6, pick 205, I have George Gums Jr., edge out of Florida. And I think he's a high upside developmental edge. He's a former wide receiver, so he's a very fluid athlete, good bend, good movement. He kind of reminds me of Jalen Phillips as far as build and play style. So he's got to work on the pass rush plan, maybe add a little bit of functional weight, but things that you can coach up and has some intangibles you can't. At pick 213, I have Rayshon Benny, defensive lineman out of Michigan. This is purely a guy to give Tyleek a breather every now and then. If he makes the team, it will be at the nose, and he will be able to gum up some guys on the interior line, maybe add some run stopping power to a second rotation. And finally, with the last pick of this mock draft 2.0 at pick 222, I have Robert Spears Jennings, safety out of Oklahoma. And this is a guy that would purely be a special teams player, at least early in his career. I don't think he'd crack the field on defense at all. But 6'2, 205, and has a 4'3, 240. And I think that Detroit has been looking for another guy to be a gunner for a couple seasons now. He may be able to fill that role. So now we're through Mock 2.0. And I wanted to know, would you like to do a draft where I actually do what I hope the Lions do? Or do you think we should just go into the draft and keep looking at players until then? Let me know your thoughts on this. And if you want to do a draft where I actually trade out of pick 17 in the comments below.